Hello, fellow Rosarians. Thank you for joining me. Today, actually, I've got a couple of unboxings we're going to do back to back, so you're not going to see a costume change between these videos. Today, our first one, I'm going to do from somebody that I wanted to buy from last year, and I just didn't have a chance. Oh, it's a nice heavy one. This is from Petals from the Past. And if you go to the Petals from the Past site, it's very clean, very soothing to look at. And they specialize in historic and antique roses. Are they a small business? Yes. Are you going to talk to the same person when you reach out? Yes. They are great to work with, excellent customer service. For the guarantee, I scoured around on their site and it didn't jump out at me, so we're going to assume that they are guaranteed on arrival. So if you have any issues, or you're going to want to reach out. And these are own root 1-gallon roses. So let's get into the unboxing. What are we looking for? When we kind of know, we've done a couple of unboxings for bare roots right now. So for potted roses, what do we look for? We look for, number one, is it the size rose that I ordered? So I'm looking for a 1 gallon. Are the canes strong and bright green? I'm not sure if it's going to be defoliated. If it is, that's okay. If it does have leaves, we just want to look and make sure that there's no black spot. But as we talked about, sometimes when a vendor leaves the leaves on, it's very common in shipment. It will leave their business free of black spot, but in this humidity of the environment of being in a box, it can get black spot in a matter of days, and it's easy to deal with. We know how to deal with it. We're going to defoliate it, and I've got a link up here that I've done where, depending on how warm it is, it can take 2 weeks for it to flush out again, but I have definitely been the defoliation queen. We're expecting that the soil is going to be moist, and usually they have some kind of newspaper, ooh, bubbles. They have some kind of a newspaper or a bag enclosing that pot so that it can stay moist in shipment. But I don't know what they do. So let's go ahead and take a look here at what I've got. Unpacking and handling instructions. Immediately remove them from the box. Remove all the packing materials. Water the plants in well. Leave them in full sun. And so the only thing that I'll say about this right now is that these can't be planted right now. I asked for them to be shipped in March. And what you need to know before you put a potted plant in the ground that's been growing in a greenhouse or a much warmer environment is that you need to harden it in. And hardening it in means that you wait to take it outside from your garage situation until it's 65 degrees maybe, and you are going to take it out for little snippets at a time, like 1 hour initially in the shade, gradually bringing it out longer and longer every day until it can be in that shade almost 6 hours or so, a full day. And then you're going to move it into the sun from that and start all over again with an hour in the sun and now back into the shade. Next day, 2 hours in the sun and then back in the shade. That's called hardening it in. So for this, I think the paperwork is written for somebody who is going to be putting it in the ground right away because it's 65 degrees plus. I asked for it to be shipped now, so that responsibility is on me, that I'm going to continue kind of wintering it and keeping it until I can get it to 65 or 70 degrees and then hardening it in. And now let's see what else it says. Do not plant immediately if you're going to have a hard freeze, 30 degrees or lower. Let me see if there's anything else. Man, these bubbles. Don't tell my neighbors it's me when they find them in their yard. Let's see. Okay, so they talk about bed preparation. Let's move that aside and get into this so that I can keep the bubbles now from getting all over my yard. Okay, so as I thought, they are in a bag to keep the soil moist. I'm happy about that. So I think that these look great so far. Let me get a little bit closer. I even have a ton of buds here on this. I am so excited to see these babies flush. Let me just go ahead and pull back the, I can tell, I mean, I knew by the weight of the package that these have a lot of moisture in them right now, so I don't even need to check that. I know for a fact that these did not dry out in shipment. There are no pests, no aphids, no black spot. They look really good. Let me see if I can pull this down just a little bit for you to be able to see. This is a really nice 1-gallon size plant. Let's look at the next one before I get into the varieties. This one looks really nice. Again, no black spot, no pest, and very nice. And I'm anticipating that the roots are filling this entire pot. I ended up buying Quietness and Clotilde Support. I think if Michael Marriott was here, he would say Clotilde Support. I'll keep practicing. All right, so let's see. Quietness is a buck shrub. It was introduced in 2003, a versatile garden performer with light pink clusters of flowers suitable for cutting. Quietness will grow to heights 4 to 5 feet with outstanding disease and mildew resistance. Clotilde is highly fragrant and is a fairly easy to grow, carefree, old garden rose with a reasonably high degree of natural disease resistance and ability to self-cure seasonal black spot. That sounds amazing. The flowers will appear more white in summer, with pink tones becoming deeper and more intense in cooler weather. So let's talk about the price that we paid for this. Let's see, I paid $20. They're all $19.99 through their site, so very reasonable. So $20 per rose. The shipping was $42 to my home. And so if we do 5 roses at $20, and that's what we're doing for all of the vendors right now, so that we can take into account any discounts that are available and the actual cost, so that we can do a full rack and stack at the end of the season. It is 5 roses are $100. Shipping is $42. The total is $142. So let's look at the rack and stack right now. I've only done 2. This is the second unboxing for a potted rose. We did Rogue Valley, and that is in a 4-inch band pot. So we can rank them together, but not really, because they are different sizes. But Petals from the Past is $142, and Rogue Valley is a little bit more at $185, and they're smaller band pots. So anyways, just take that all into account. I hope this video is helpful, and I hope that you'll watch the next video that we're going to do with an unboxing from Jackson & Perkins.